friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Grace and welcome to video number 5, but layout number 4 of our Simple Stories Happily Ever After collection. I had been gifted the whole collection and it is a very heavy themed paper collection. It's geared for weddings, but I am trying my hand in using it for layouts other than the wedding theme. I might pull out maybe some anniversary pictures later on, something like that, but right now I am actually going to scrap another one of those pages or events where my family and I eat out. That's kind of like our favorite thing is we like to eat out and I like to preserve them. I'm sure my family does not care for me taking pictures of us out and about eating, but that's something that I love to do. Anyways, I am gutting that dove paper because again, I am not doing any wedding themed pages, but I felt like that color, that light blue or green that's on there will be a good difference from or good contrast, I should say, from the brown cardstock that I'm using as the base of this layout. I have 5 photos here. 3 of them are horizontal and 2 are vertical. I am using a Scrapbook Generation sketch, but the sketch only called for, I believe, the horizontal photos. So it's just one panel, but I'm extending mine so that it will add all of the rest of the photos. Now the photos are of, again, it's just eating out, but it's a special eating out because both my oldest son and my birthday falls on the same month, and we sign up for the Tucanos. It's a Brazilian barbecue place and it's all you can eat. But anyways, we go there as a family during that month because then both mine and my son's meal are complimentary because of our birthday month, and so that's how we save when we eat out because there's 5 of us. Anyways, I just wanted to document all 5 of the images that I have here. I believe I've already scrapped some of the pictures in here because I didn't realize I had 5 more pictures for this particular layout. So I think that I'm just going to kind of do like a double page, but they're 2 different papers, 2 different products, but it's all good. Part of the sketch that I'm copying or that I am using as inspiration, not actually copying, but using as an inspiration are banners to the right of the page. It had, I believe it was like 1.5 width and or length, I should say, and then the width is about 2 inches or 2.5. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to cut the right sides of those into notches. And this is one of my favorite sketches to use if you have scraps, because as you can see, you're only using a little bit of the 6 papers that you're going to put on the right side. So it lends really well if you have smaller papers. I am pulling some papers from the 6x8 pack just because it's smaller in design and proportion, which works really well with this particular sketch or design. So I'm just kind of seeing, my idea in moving things around is I don't want the same kind of background color together. So I was mixing the grays and the blacks a little bit farther from each other just to kind of see how it's going to go, especially with the darker black with the hearts and also that black diagonal on the bottom. And then I need a little place or I need a little product for the space in between my vertical photos, because when I stretch them so that they are matching the bottom and the top side of the horizontal photos, that there's a space in the middle. So I just grabbed that heart because I thought that it would be a nice kind of spreading of that particular design across the layout itself. I am going to trim the strips of paper that I had cut. I will trim that to size so that this whole block in the middle will be all in the same length. Now, before I glue anything, I'm going to audition a few titles here, and I'm going to go with the word thankful. But I did notice that it's kind of it's not showing very well with the type of, oh, I guess I changed my mind with the title. I can't remember what title I used, but I will use one of those cut apart titles, and it's not standing out as much as I want. And so when I glue that, I'm going to do something underneath it just to make it stand out a little bit more. But here I'm auditioning all of the titles that I have already cut. If you're curious as to the cut files, I just get them from Paper Issues, and I find that because their cut files are free, that I get a good, and they're really cute. So I get a good amount of cut files through there, and then I just cut a bunch of the words or phrases as my titles. Now, I added a strip of vellum behind that title just so that it will stand out a little bit more from the busy background. And then I cut my journaling into a block. I inked up the edges of both the journaling and also those little banners that I have on the right. I inked them up just so that we can distinguish the papers from one another. And then now I am decorating. I'm just adding a few more items here and there so that it will look good. I am adding the camera sticker. I have these two balloons. Now, I wanted the balloons to stand out a little bit against that background, so I am going to add some foam adhesive just to the backs of the circle part of the balloon, not the string part, but just the circle, so that it will lift up and have that shadow to distinguish that between the papers and the background. And I'm adding some florals as well. And then, of course, I am going to add my stamping here. I'm not sure if it's going to be added in the video, but I do that just because I have learned from experience that when I am ready to add these layouts to my albums, I have my albums in chronological order, but I do not make my layouts in chronological order. So I have to make sure that I have the dates on them just so I remember how to organize them. And there's been many times where I have to spend at least an hour, maybe more, especially if I have a lot of layouts that don't have dates on them, that I have to take that time before I slip them in the page protectors into the albums. Anyways, this is my layout, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.